Well, hey there. No, I'm not dressing up for the unboxing. I actually just got back from a place where I had to look like I didn't just fall off a turnip truck, which is what I normally look like. You know, jeans and a t-shirt, that's pretty much it. Like just about every American kid I know. As soon as they put on that tie, though, it's something. Anyway, a little bit of history. I have an old computer that's part of my studio. It was my original Pro Tools studio. It used to run 32-bit, and it's an old SATA 2 Asus board. It was like a M3 class SATA 2, so it was a pretty good board at the time. You know, I had to run for Pro Tools. It's either Windows or Mac. So that's basically it. So I was running this machine that I'm going to rebuild was running XP at the time, and it went from 32-bit to 64-bit. Now, when I changed that machine over, it produced some flaws in Pro Tools. Now, Pro Tools is a pretty, energy hog, and whatever RAM, and you start putting some of these synth patches in there and stuff like that. You can make it freeze up or not know what the hell is. Oh, I had to upgrade it, so I built another machine, which is a SATA 3 machine. So this old machine, about 10 years ago, when I changed to 64-bit and I built this other machine so the Pro Tools would work, and it still just works perfectly. Windows 7, on a SATA 3 machine. And so anyway, my old machine, I went ahead and put Ubuntu on it. So I ran Linux on it for a while and started my Linux journey, which that's a whole nother deal that I'll talk about later. Well, everything I do, all the filming I do, and all that kind of stuff is all done in Linux. I'm running Manjaro now, but I don't know how long I'll do that. I really like Arch, the way they do their thing, but I don't know. So anyway, let's get on with the unboxing of my new machine, which is going to be, a SATA 4 machine. I think I'm saying that right. Yep, SATA 4 machine, and I'm going to move the motherboard up into the B 450M protocol or BIOS or whatever it is. That group of machines, like MSI makes a machine like that, and I'm getting the Asus version of that. So here's what this looks like. Now I've taken a lot of that crinkly paper out because in these videos it's just too loud. And it comes, so there it is. Tough. Yeah, I'm tough. B45M Pro Gaming. Ho ho. And I'm not a gamer. I'm a player. No. So here's my little motherboard. Looking pretty cool. Looking motherly. Here's the front of it. Got a, HD. I got everything I need to run monitors, but I went ahead and got a sound card. I mean, a video card anyway. This thing is way cool. It's got here's the two NEMV slots right here. Plug one in, plug the other one in. So these two slots here just take all the huge, whatever, couple of SATA cables, and then down here in this somewhere is the OME. Yeah. Here we go. It's my little raisin, and if anybody wants to pronounce it, whatever they think is the right way, feel free. And now this is a 5. This has got 6 CPUs in it and 12 threads because it's a dual channel, and it's a Ryzen 5 3600. So this is like last year's stuff, but hey, for me it's pretty much a hot rod. There's my back plate. It's all in black and gold trim. It looks pretty cool actually. And there's a bunch of stickers. I don't know what I'll do with those, but I can't tell. I don't know the difference. I mean, if I look at, I'm pretty sure this is Chinese writing. What do I know? Well, let me get this out of the way so we can look at the next dealy bop. I'll put these all away in their nice little bags later. They won't be in there too much longer. I'm going to start doing this thing. I pretty much have gathered everything that I need. Alright, so that's the brains of the outfit. This is the only real disappointing thing right here, was just because everybody's out mining for Bitcoin, and I have no idea about any of that, but these video cards are just like gold. They're hard to get, and the ones you do find are just way overpriced. This is a little 4 gig thing. I paid pretty close to $300 for this. I'm not thrilled. There's HDMI, and there's the there's a DVI, and there's that other, the standard connector for televisions. I don't know the name of that. And it's a nice looking thing, It is nice looking, and it's 4 extra gigs, So there you have it. It's got some, got a thank you card. That's nice. That's very nice, and thank you card, right? And then here's a speed setup. So they have a, the overclocking gamer guys. Those darn gamers. I still got to say thank God for those gamers, right? Because look how they've pushed, the limits of hardware on these machines, and now it's starting to leak into Linux. You can get Steam and some of these other gaming platforms and games that will run, and Linux is, and then the gamers are starting to discover how bitchin' Linux is, because if you spend a little bit of time and learn the code and all that kind of stuff, you can really make a machine that's your own machine. All right, back to my machine. So I'm always running my goddamn mouth about something that's not what I'm supposed to be running my mouth about. All right. So here we go. here's my little MV hard drives. I was pointing those out. These little things are, you know, they're from the evolution of the laptop, but they now people got, you know, hip to them and figured out that you can put them in a PC. That's what happened to the SSD drives too, because they were pretty much for laptops, and then you know, they were so fast and so good that I started putting them in PCs. All right, so that's it. Look how little that thing is. Amazing, huh? Amazing little thing. 1 terabyte. This is a terabyte. So I have 2 terabytes that are going in my machine. And this one, the Evo Plus, which is, I don't know what that Evo stands for. It's some kind of environmental BS they spiel to try to sell their. But anyway, this one's going to have, you know, my boot petition and my software and probably, you know, the cache petition, which I won't need much cache. And you know, this one here will just be my data. I'll just put everything, throw everything on there, you know, videos and everything I'm working on. I don't want to clog anything up with 2 terabytes, for Christ's sake. And I'm still going to have, I mean, in this box of mine, I've got a cage about this big, you know, that will take, I don't know how many SD drives I could probably put. So the problem with those NVMe drives on this particular motherboard and a lot of the other motherboards where they're coming now is the motherboard only comes with 6 SATA cable, you know, plug-ins on the interior of the motherboard. So in other words, you know, there's 6 SATA devices you can plug into that motherboard. But when you use those NVMe hard drives and you put them in their M1 slots, they take 2 of the SATA drives away. They use that energy, you know, the power from that. So out of the 6 drives, I'm only going to have 2 SATA hookups left, which is going to be one shy of what I really need. So, yeah, I got a bunch of some more SATA cables. These look exactly like the cables, my SATA 2 cables. I don't know the difference, but I'm calling these SATA 3 or SATA 4 cables, so whatever. If anybody knows anything, let me know. So I got this little PCI 1-inch card, and see, it's got the SATA plug-ins. So this goes into a SATA plug-in, and then I have 4 more places to plug SATA drives into. So this should give me plenty. I could put for the, and I'll show you why I needed them here in a minute. So anyway, you know, it's cute. I think that's kind of cute. Me likey. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. This is another AMD. So everything I have is AMD. The motherboard, the video card, the fan for the CPU. So that's basically all this is just a cooling fan, you know. It's got a 4-pin, So that means I could put a dashboard or something in there that would control the speed of this thing, but you know, I don't really care that much. I'm not going to use it for recording, so full tilt boogie, keep it all nice and cool. It all runs better when it's cool. So I might keep this one. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how loud it is, because there's one I can spend. There's one I can buy for about $70. That's made in Austria that I know is just like absolutely silent. So I'll see. But that's important to me. You know, I want it to be completely silent. And let's see what I got going here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a thing of gel for the. You know, you got to stick this gelatin between the CPU and the fan, and it just makes a better connection. So whenever you're doing that, so there's the fan for the CPU. Now, this is one of the reasons that I had to get that little gizmo for extra SATA stuff. Plus, I'm going to keep my what do they call that thing? The CD-ROM, drive. I got to take a look at that, because if it's IED, I don't know if it's going to work. They probably have some sort of. So anyway, I wanted to make sure I had a pilot connect. I'm putting this down so I won't get as much noise. So I got, a dashboard with all kinds of connectors on it. USB-C and they're the A-type connectors, but they're the C. And then all the way at the other end is a C connector, which that's cool because of the phones and everything nowadays. Plus, I might put an audio interface on this and run a door or one of those kind of things on this machine. One of those, audio DAWs. So it'd just be easy to plug it in right there, boop, instead of going in the back. And, it's a pain to get it to everything in the back. I'm 73. I don't want to go back there anymore. I'm tired of it. So, but anyway, this machine takes up some SATA. Well, actually, the SATA plugs in right in here, I'm pretty sure, for power. Oh no, here it is. Yeah. There's a little SATA dude. And this has a 4-pin. Oh no, that's for the regular USB, and then this is for the USB 3. So, anyway, this is pretty cool. I've never had a dashboard, so many options, I'll be able to just plug in whatever the hell I want. So that's fine. And here we go. We got RAM. Let's see, these are 2 at 16 gigs each. So this is 32 gigs of RAM. Right there, Vengeance. DDR4. So I have 2 sets of these. That's 64 gigs of RAM I've got. That is and that maxes out the machine. That's as much as that machine will take. So I'm not going to be wanting for RAM. And that's why I was talking about, I'm not going to need a big cache, because cache is what they steal when they run out of room and RAM and all that, but whatever. All you computer experts out there know all this stuff. The silly old man talking about this shit. I know this is the stuff I'm most excited about. I needed this machine has been pretty loud. That's what I was talking about, that CPU fan, but don't know if it's a CPU. The fans in this machine, this is an old military machine, came with it. So probably when I got, they're about 20 years old. And they're just the generic, almost cheapest things you can get. So I have a big 5.5, 6-inch one, I think, in the front. I think it's 5.5 inches. Then I have, 120 millimeters. And then in the back, there are two 80 millimeters or 60 millimeters. I'm not sure. I did get the right ones. So this is the front fan. Now this thing is made by an Austrian company. And I mean, I just can't tell you how, absolutely well built this thing is. There's no point in sticking that up there because it just says shit in Austrian. But anyway, this is, for the money, it's supposed to be as quiet a thing as you can get. Let me just take the time and put this back in here. So, anyway, I know it's kind of a little bourgeois to be buying shit like this, but who gives a shit? I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about any fucking thing. Alright, so that's my main front fan. Now I'll show you one of my back fans. I opened one of these already. It's got a Velcro thing. These things are unbelievable. Got another Velcro thing. Holy jumping Toledo. Now it's giving you all the specifications. Here it is in all the languages. These are the it even gives you diagrams about how the actual air flows off of them. So maybe this is the one I opened. This is the one I opened. Yep, there are tons of documentation. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. But these are my little... Pretty cute, huh? I'm going to try to do it so that the light won't reflect off of it. I'll get the hang of this one day. I'm really shitty at this. So, and on top of this, it's got all these quiet connectors that are plastic with rubber gaskets. When you put them in your computer, the little screws that attach them, and it's got 3 different kinds of wiring harnesses. You got one that'll split it. So in other words, you could take, I only have 2 posts inside of the motherboard anyway, and I have 3 fans, 4 fans counting the CPU fan. So you plug one end of this into one of those posts, and then splits off, and then I can do 2 of these fans, which I have 2 of them. They're side by side. They're going to blow out. This one's going to suck air. The big one's going to suck air in, and these 2 are going to blow air out of the back end. So it's just going to be this river of cool air, is my theory. But these things are just so cool looking. I mean, you know, they are just totally bitching. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna start building my new computer here pretty quick, but I do have a kind of racing against the seasons here, trying to get my spring garden in, and I'm not as spry as I used to be. So, like yesterday, I worked on it for about an hour, and I went, hauling dirt and crap, and but anyway, enough about me. None of this has been about me. Some fucking things about me. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. There's nothing else that's going into this machine. If I think of something, well, I say that. The last couple of machines that I built. This will be my 4th machine that I built now. I'm looking forward to it. I probably have more fun tearing apart and building these machines and learning Bash and farting around with Linux than I actually do recording music anymore. So, although it's fun, like when my daughter comes, it's fun. So, I will see y'all in the funny papers. Check me out. One of these days I'll get it together and I'll get my P.O. box number up on my videos and get my Bandcamp address up there and my SoundCloud address and my CD Baby address. And I'm also, if you go looking for J.H.Lawrence, I'm everywhere on, YouTube, iTunes, whatever, all over the place. There's some place I've looked at some of the bills on CD Baby, and they've actually sold my tunes for like 2 cents in some kind of, like in Indonesia or something somewhere. And adios. I'll see you all in the funny papers. Yes, indeedy.